been working on is networking African Village Libraries. I've been working with FAVL, which is Friends of African Village Libraries, which is co-founded by one of our professors at Santa Clara, the chair of the econ department. Pretty much the concept of African Village Libraries is different than your normal public library. A lot of public libraries in Africa are located in the capitals, and they don't reach out to any of the population, only the small population that's actually in the capital. And since most people that live in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa, are located in rural areas, they really have no access to books or any reading material. So the concept of African Village Libraries is a very new concept where they kind of develop a community library in a rural village or community, and it's essentially ran by the community. As I was talking during Brian's presentation, we find they find a librarian who kind of manages it. They train a local librarians, local staff. They employ all local people. So it's really a great outreach program. It sort of provides a community center for the community. And I mean, there's lots of programs working with Professor Cavane is starting sort of a micro book idea where, because I've been doing a lot of research on this sort of concept, and there's essentially no publishing places to publish books in Africa. So, and especially in the local language. So in the public libraries, you normally just get a bunch of, huge textbooks that really might not be applicable to anyone in the rural areas. So these community libraries, FAVL, and all these different organizations are trying to really emphasize African authors, really inspire maybe even the community to create a book themselves. Professor Cavane, he's just starting this concept, micro books, where the community can come together and put together a book, and he found a way to print them just right under 20 cents. So he's trying to, make books in the local language, to really just empower the local community. So what I've been doing is trying to help network all these sorts of organizations that are supporting these community libraries, because I really think the community libraries are such an essential thing to get resources to most of the population in Africa. So the main objective of my project is to provide a virtual space to connect those that are involved and interested in community libraries in Africa. So here's a map that I'm working on. I've been sort of locating a bunch of community libraries. There's still a bunch that are around and I haven't located yet, but I've been sort of searching the web and finding a couple things. So I haven't been able to reach out to the community libraries that don't have websites. If I had enough money, I'd go search the continent. But
I'd be good to give.
Yeah. But so far, these are the ones I've found. There's some in Botswana and South Africa, and this, of course, is really only the community libraries. It's not the public libraries. So I'm focusing really on just the community libraries. I'll take you to my wiki page. This is just sort of basic, I've kind of just used this wiki page to put together the tools that I've created. So I've helped manage this networking site for those that are interested in community libraries or involved or are working there. Right now we have 36 members, which is great, and people are really starting to utilize it. We have a couple members, or we have one member who's actually a librarian in Uganda. Once we get more libraries connected to the internet, we can try and get all the libraries connected to this network. So here you can kind of see, we have videos, we have a forum for anyone. You can see sort of the topics, like list of books to send, because I didn't even realize until I started working that that's really an essential topic, finding the right books to send, whether or not they'll actually be utilized. Here's some groups. We don't have too many members that are joining the groups yet, but here's just groups for specific countries. We'll have to add the Ivory Coast if you can help find some community libraries. Yeah. So we're essentially just trying to create a place where people can discuss, talk about books to send, talk about best practices, like how to be a librarian, you know, what exactly you should do, what if there's, you know, issues that come up. Also, yeah, funding for libraries in Africa, so helping network the donors so they can actually see the places that they're maybe donating. People that, you know, there's lots of book organizations, you know, they can sort of talk on how exactly to efficiently send books to a community library. And, you know, a lot of people, like there's some new organizations starting up and they're like, how do we even get the books to this rural community? And like, how do we find someone to store the books until the library's built? So it's sort of just a place for all these sorts of discussions. So yeah, we have videos on the side, we have photos. I've linked it to the FAVL blog, which is a really great place where Professor Cobain just kind of blogs daily about different issues. So we have a blog, and we have discussion forum, we have a group, and then each member has their own page. Essentially, like here's, I'm not signed in right now, but
I think that's the sign up.
oh yeah, I'll sign in. Or I should. But so it's kind of like Facebook, essentially. And it's really easy to enter. So it's pretty self-explanatory. So I can have photos. You know, people have talked to me. Yeah, this is actually Mukaba. He just was talking to me last night. He's a librarian. So it's a really neat place to sort of discuss. And then also, in addition to that, Valerie Taylor, who's been working with the DeAnth students, has helped me create a wiki page. And I'm using this wiki page as a place to sort of database all the resources we have. So here it is right now, and essentially it's just going to be each country and just a list of the community libraries within each country. And then hopefully we'll have, as it grows, we'll have more information on each library, you know, how many books they have, how many users use it per day, all that sort of stuff. And then, I mean, in each specific country, you know, Rwanda aims for 1 laptop per child. I noticed you have the EXO laptop right there. I think that's, I know one of the organizations I've been doing some research on is starting to try and get laptops to these libraries so that the children can utilize it. And then I noticed here that there's a Tar Heel reader. There's a way to get accessible books on the internet. So if there was a way to link those books to those 1 laptop per child, I mean, that could be a great resource. So we just have, here is just a place to sort of database all our resources. So yeah, that's sort of what I have there so far. Do you guys have any questions? Yes?
So, I'm not sure I understand what's FAVL